So I've just watched Jodie Whittaker's final episode, The Power of the Doctor. And wow, what a way to go out. I mean, my criticism of Chibnall this whole time has been his convoluted plots. And I can't lie, this was just like that. It was so much going on. It was just like the Flux finale of The Vanquishers, where the Doctor's running about, and there's so much going on. But this time, it felt like it was on such an epic level, such an epic scale, bringing the Master, the Cybermen, former companions in Ace, Tegan, and all those characters, Graham popping in for a bit, that it somehow really worked, and it kind of feels like a really nice conclusion to Jodie's tenure as the Doctor. But I guess I had to start where it is. What it is the Master is putting together these forces to effectively erase the Doctor's existence, and it's a really cool idea. I like the idea of trying to tarnish the Doctor's name, especially when you're doing this anniversary of the show in a way. It's kind of a nice way to create a plot, to create this kind of thing. And also, it also offers a different side to the Master, you know, when he's saying, "Don't let me go back to being me." It's a really nice little different look at Sacha Dhawan's Master, and I thought it was pretty good. He was really menacing. He was really menacing throughout this entire episode. But overall, if I'm talking about the pros, the pacing was really good. I really liked how you start on the bullet train in space, you get rid of Dan and all that, and I think that was smart. You need to focus it on, because Dan's only been around for 6-7 episodes. It wouldn't have really felt like he had a place in this, so it made sense to kind of put him off to the side. I think the connection between Doctor and Yaz, whilst we didn't get much between like their sort of romance, which I thought was a bit weird, they had a really strong bond in this. Yaz had a really good episode in this. You know, she was flying the TARDIS, she really had control over what she was doing in this episode. The stakes in this episode. There was multiple moments where you're just unsure what's going to happen, you know, especially with the Master with that sort of shrinking gun that he has. I really thought that Yaz might actually just get killed off, especially you guys, you know, it's her last episode. Same with Kate Lethbridge Stewart. Like, that was really intense when they actually try to begin converting her. I remember being like, oh damn, they're really actually going to kill off such a character like that. And I think that's one of the things with children episodes where you kind of just let it slide, where like things don't really feel that important. Stuff either gets sorted out just naturally or whatever. In this episode, because it's the last, you really do feel an edge. You really feel like anything happened. You feel like maybe Vinda could have died, who I thought was an alright addition. I didn't really care for him too much. Again, he was just a character from Flux. I didn't really get to know him that well. But it was nice seeing him return and having that sort of more edgier character who was willing to shoot the Master and all that. But yeah, the stakes were higher than ever for this episode, and it had to be. You know, I didn't want a sort of episode where it felt like we were coasting through until her regeneration. I really applaud the episode for not relying on that. You know, it could have easily just done, we're bringing the audience for this regeneration, that's the beats we're going to lay on. We're going to lay on the nostalgia beats to bring back Ace, Tegan, Graham, Mel, Joe Grant even came back, and all those characters. But it really had a solid story, which I normally don't attribute to Chibnall. Sure, it still had the dialogue, heavy moments and all that stuff, but after a while you kind of just accept it for what it is. I'm just surprised. I'm actually kind of surprised. I'm really impressed that this is her final episode. I'm really happy that it is as well.
Shame that like this kind of like marking the whole series be like this.
Yeah, true. That's true.
Like, the second you've actually started enjoying to watch her Doctor,
she's gone.
She's gone.
Yeah.
But would you reckon it was because you knew she was going that it made you want to?
You know, if I'm being honest, Series 11 I was disappointed, Series 12 got me mad, and Series 13 I was kind of just tired of the whole Chibnall thing. But going into the final episode, you don't want to be angry, you don't want to be like, oh no, I'm not looking forward to this. This is Doctor Who, this is like my childhood show. I always want to have that passion for it, that excitement for it. So with this one, I kind of let go of expectations. I kind of just let myself go for the ride, and I wasn't really thinking about, oh, this is from the show where I'm not really a fan of, this is blah blah blah. I was kind of just there to enjoy it and kind of celebrate Jodie's final episode, which I think it kind of really did do. But it's also celebrating the history of Doctor Who, which I think it did really well. With bringing back the past Doctors, which was insane when that started happening. With we had the first Doctor came back, the 5th Doctor came back, the 6th Doctor, and the 7th Doctor, and 8th. Like, it brought out all those Doctors and having those little moments with those companions as well. I think, even though it played on it well, I think it could have played on the whole, the Doctor leaving the companions behind thing a little bit more. I think it had some nice drama beats there with with Tegan being like, oh, it's been 38 years or whatever, you never came back for me, and the Doctor kind of just awkwardly avoids it, which I thought was, it's a nice aspect, but I think they could have played him some more, but I guess they had a lot to do, so it's understandable. I mean, if I'm going to lightly touch upon the negatives, I guess, again, the dialogue scenes, it is what it is at this point. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. I thought, whilst I didn't mind the Dr. Yaz separation, I really, like I said, alluded to earlier, I thought there would be more. I really thought they were teeing up to something in Legend of the Sea Devils that they just didn't. They kind of just ended it there. I was like, okay, well, it's a bit weird. Her regeneration scene was nice. You know, you're so used to kind of having the Doctor have its own moment where they're giving this grand speech and all that. But this one was more of like, this episode is really a celebration, you know? It's coming back and forth between old companions. It's really a love letter to old Who. But talking about old Who, we have to transition to new Who. But still kind of old Who in a sense. That David Tennant, the man himself, is back. You know, there was a bit of a thrill this episode, not knowing who Jodie was going to regenerate into. She regenerates into Tennant, and we literally have no clue why. We can theorise maybe it's because of the Master's involvement with the Force regeneration back and forth. Maybe that's kind of disrupted it for a bit. But I'm genuinely clueless, and it gave us just a little bit of a tease. You know, and just introducing him with his 3 watts, which is kind of iconic with him, was just a nice way to settle you back in and really get you back into that Russell T Davies mindset, which I'm really excited about. But yeah, overall, a thrilling, exciting episode that really was all over the place, but when it's Chibnall, is what you kind of expect, and you either like it or you don't. I didn't mind it as much this time. Maybe when I rewatch it, I'll probably pick up on some things I'm like a bit iffy on. But overall, every cast member did a great job. I gotta say, big shout out to Jodie Whittaker, Mandeep Gill, and all the cast and crew that worked on the show and gave their era, gave their all for it. But now it's on to the new. Thanks for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, and all that stuff. What did you think about the finale? Do you think it was a good setup to Jodie Whittaker and everything like that? We have been the Overall Nerds, and peace.
So you know how he's saying that if you cross here, you can't come back?
Yeah.
You reckon Jodie Tennant just never... Because he's the only Doctor out of the 3 or 4 that was like not comfortable with going. He just never went.
He was like, I don't want to go.
And he just actually never did.
Yeah, maybe he is. Maybe he's just like, oh, I never really left.
But I mean, why would they make such a big point in saying that if you come past here, then you can never come back? He said that, you can never come back.
Yeah.
So, clearly David Tennant never went past.
Maybe we think, I don't know.
So where has he been?
I don't know.
guess it's in the subconscious, it's kind of waiting.
We'll see.